All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to cram in a lot of information, but I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet. But the main goal of this video is to give a big shout out to you guys that are potential TexitCoin prospects or investors that have not yet flipped the button to get into TexitCoin, because many of you guys are wising up based on the information that is readily available for you online. So let's come out and look at the sales. Their sales are down big time. And I really appreciate this trend because it's going to save you guys a lot of headache and wasting time, right? And of course, save your money, right? So in this video, we're going to go over several factors on why TexitCoin is not a good investment. So like I say, for you guys that are on the fence, you're wondering, hey, should I jump in this or should I not? We're going to go over all of the things that most influencers are not going to share with you and try to hide from you, okay? So we see right now, as of today and yesterday, the sales are down, and that just means people aren't buying into this mining concept. Also, understand that by the sales being down, that's less revenue coming into the system. But when you understand that the revenue that you will be investing is going into the pockets of Bobby Gray and other whales, then your money is going to be lost anyway. So this right here is a signal or an indication that more potential investors are wising up and they're doing their research to know that this is not a good protocol to invest in. Okay. So why is it not? We've all gotten to this point, guys, because the leader, Bobby Gray, is both incompetent and corrupt. And why do I say that? We see how he's running the business, right? I mean, check out some of my videos if you have a question about it. And I say corrupt because he will use his personal bias to manipulate TexitCoin and the people and participants and employees under TexitCoin. There's been horror story after horror story, right? And in particular, Texit Raider, he has prevented him from receiving commissions that are due to him. Now, guys, with that said, let me say this. I have some information that I will be releasing in a video, and I'm going to wait until January or February next year because this is going to be something that is completely damaging, and it's going to be accurate, but it's going to be completely damaging to TexitCoin ecosystem and to Bobby Gray. So, guys, I encourage you now. If you're thinking about getting into TexitCoin, you better run the other way. If you're already in TexitCoin, you guys might want to start liquidating your TexitCoin and getting out with profits while you can. Because when I start releasing more videos next year about the things that I want to share with you guys, TexitCoin is not going to last throughout 2026. I'm telling you, Bobby Gray is not going to be around in 2026. Now, when I say not going to be around, please don't mistake what I'm saying. I ain't saying he's going to be dead or he going to die, whatever case he is, be killed. I'm saying he's not going to be readily available to support this project, right? He's going to be completely off the scene, and TexitCoin is going to be out of here, right? So you guys need to start. I'm giving you like a 2 month period to start exiting this thing. And I'm not doing it just for that, but there are certain things that I don't want to release right now because since Bobby Gray has not taken heed and given Texas Raider his due compensation for the recruiting that he's done, this is why I'm going to go ahead and move forward with that. Now, if he does release these things, I might reconsider, right? And let you guys continue to have fun throughout the year until somebody else catches wind of them. But as it is now, guys, again, that video is going to be done probably in sometime in January or February. And if he pisses me off in another way, I might even release it before then. Okay. All right. So that's what's up with you guys. But you guys are wising up, and I'm glad that this is diminishing because you do have an incompetent and corrupt leader. The second thing is, why are these so low? You guys are looking at the price, which is rightfully due. You're seeing that there's a steady decline in the price. You know, the wells are dumping, there's less interest in it, and the liquidity that should have been set aside for this is not being used to support the price as Bobby Gray promised. So we see here in his path to 16, let's consider what we got, guys. So keep in mind, this right here is the amount of liquidity that he says is needed to support this price right here, right? Now, let's see what liquidity he has. He has some USDC, $1 million here, $1 million there, $1 million there, $2 million here, something like that. But then look at how much he's purchased in properties, guys. This is like over $7 million in property that he has put in his name and in his wife's name. Okay, this should not be liquidity. So when you see a price drop like this, and know that more than half of the assets that he was supposed to use for liquidity are locked up in real estate that he put in his own name, then I mean that's a big red flag for you guys anyway, right? I don't even shouldn't even have to explain to you how obvious that is, right? But at this stage, guys, we know he's sitting on 12 million, right? We are in November. He said at a $10 million liquidity value, he should be supporting the price of $5.29. Well, we know 7 million of that is locked up in real estate, so that's not liquid at all. So let's deal with the assets that he has that can be more liquid. I mean, even gold, he's going to have to find a buyer to sell that. And when he sells it, he's going to sell it at a discount, no question. But let's say he's able to get $5,000 really quickly. I mean, $5 million really quickly. Well, at the $5 million evaluation, he should be supporting a price of $3.79. And he is even failing to do that, guys. Let this sink in. He is now have a price of $3.17 on Dex Trade is like $3.06, right? So the guy is not fulfilling the things that he should be doing. Now he'll say, "Hey, I never said I do this. My job is to promote, do this, do this." Nevertheless, guys, this is a main page that they have referred to in all of their videos, or not all of them, but many of their videos to help persuade you guys to invest, to look at a constantly rising price and say, hey, the price is going to reach this point by this time, this point by this time. Okay. And now we're seeing cracks in the foundation. We're seeing things crumble, and we're seeing that Bobby Gray is essentially holding on to more money rather than using that to actually support the price. So if you stop and think about it, just the basics of it, guys, he's now sitting on $12 million and can't even support a price, or is not willing to support a price of $3.79, which is should be at a $5 million asset holding, right? He's sitting on 12 million and refuses to support even that, guys. So like I say, I don't even have to speak anything. The numbers and the incompetence is speaking for itself, right? Another thing you guys that are thinking about investing in TexitCoin need to be aware of is the consistent inflow of more TexitCoin into the pockets of a few holders. Okay, so we see here that over 62%, guys, of the tokens circulating supply is held by only 101 wallets. And it lists those wallets here on this web page, right? This explorer.txt, texitcoin.org rich list. Over 62%, guys. And keep in mind, each one of these wallets is not like an individual person. You can have one person own multiple wallets. Two, some might own two, some might own five, some might own 10. But so this is essentially letting you know that 62% of everything is in the hands of a small group of people, right? And they are going to control the price. And if you come in and venture to invest your $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 into this protocol, your investment is going to serve as exit liquidity for these guys. And not only that, it's going to go into the pocket of Bobby Gray, which we clearly see with him acquiring properties in his name with your money. All right. All right. So understand, guys, this is the platform that you're investing in. And finally, guys, I would like to recap on a conversation that I was having with Team TEXIT. So Team TEXIT released a video boasting about TexitCoin saving Christmas, and they did a nice presentation here, a nice little rhyme, rhythm, or whatever the case is, to advertise TexitCoin and what they're doing. But I came along, guys, and I posted a comment just to spark some conversation to get you guys thinking more strategically on investing, right? So I encourage you guys to come out and check this video here. Did Texit, and this is by Team Texit. Go out to their channel. Did TexitCoin just save Christmas? And check out some of the comments here. Nice vid, but just one question to strike up some interesting convo. Who paid for this, TexitCoin or Bobby Gray? And the conversation kind of goes on, but here's the kicker, guys. In the midst of these conversations, TexitCoin left a reply here, and I responded to this reply. Now, I'm not going to say they deleted it because YouTube is funny like that. However, I do find it interesting that it accepted all of my other replies, but the reply that I gave here was very thorough and broken down. So I say, hey, check out this comment. And when you look at this comment here, it'll kind of help you kind of be more in favor of TexitCoin, to be like, yeah, everything is like that. But guys, no, everything is not like that. And because my comment has been removed from this for whatever reason, I've already known to back up my comments so that I can share them with you guys later. So here's the conversation here. And what I've done, I've taken, because there's so much information that needs to be clarified in this, guys, that I just had to break it down statement by statement. So I'd copy a statement here and then paste it here. And I've put that in more of this purple color right here, right? So if you guys are on the fence about getting into TexitCoin and you're hearing all this hype from your recruiters or from the Zoom calls and stuff like that, check out this conversation and be enlightened. And I'm just going to step through this in this video. You could pause the video to check out the information. So this is the first page. Next page, you can just pause the video, read through it. Next page, pause the video, read through it. Next page, pause the video, read through it. Next page, pause the video, read through it. And that's the end of my response. So, like I say, I encourage you guys, check it out if you're on the fence. And if you're already in it, you might want to check it out as well so that you have a better understanding about cryptocurrency in general, and particularly Bitcoin, and how TexitCoin is constantly, and their recruiters are constantly trying to associate TexitCoin and the promise of TexitCoin reaching some Bitcoin level with Bitcoin. These are two completely separate protocols, just as much as Bitcoin and Litecoin are separate protocols. And we see what Litecoin is doing compared to what Bitcoin is doing. Bitcoin is escalating. Litecoin, not so much, right? And understand that TexitCoin is just a clone of Litecoin that is controlled by one individual. Okay. So when you understand all these things, guys, you will come to a conclusion that TexitCoin really is a horrible investment, not because of the ecosystem itself. Well, yeah, because of the ecosystem itself. Yes, I will say that. Plus, because you have a corrupt and incompetent founder behind it. All right, guys, that's all I got for you in this video. I do heavily encourage Bobby Gray, and I encourage you guys to encourage Bobby Gray to give Texit Raider the commissions that are due to him. Otherwise, you might see an end to this project sooner than later. All right, guys, that's all I got for you in this video, and we will holler on the next one. Peace out.